Welcome to CLBM Rally Team. I'm Tyler. This is my ramp truck project. If you recall, a couple episodes ago, we took the generator off because I was having issues with charging and broke some bolts in the water pump. We had to pull that off too. So I took those parts and got them all powder coated and painted. So let's put those back on and get this thing back on the road. Here, let's pop this thing on. It's 3 bolts, but the left one and the bottom one, the ones we're really concerned about right now, because the right one holds the generator bracket. Alright, I got some PTFE thread sealant on these things because I think these are through holes. I had to enlarge the holes a little bit because the gasket is just slightly small on the hole spacing, but the rest of it looks fine, so we're going to run with it. The problem is I can't just put the PTFE on because I don't know if it's going to line up, and then put it on, I gotta have this knot falling off. I think these shorter 3/8 should work better. These are a little bit shorter than what I had. It's supposed to be matching that bolt, so it's a little bit short, but I think it'll work. Sometimes your biggest enemy is yourself. It's not showing 20. I don't know. I think this torque wrench is messing up. The way it's been acting, especially with the Corvair head, it didn't feel like it was coming up to torque properly. So that's putting more in for 25. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna leave this one where it is. I think it's pretty tight. This hose here, this elbow, I believe is from a Dodge Dakota, 3rd gen. And then we have this one up here, which is a kind of adapter from small to large, and that is from a Jaguar XKE. So if you need to put hoses on your 262 medium duty, then that might be the ticket for you. Oh, golly gee. Comes off the bottom, goes on the top. Can I get it back on the bottom? Okay. Seal Glide helps. Our next fun adventure is going to be the generator bracket, and this is got a little washer on one of them because the front one goes through the engine mount bracket, and the rear one has to have this washer to make everything flat. So we're going to try to pop this thing on. I think I have to jack the engine up to get the bracket lined up with the block. They like to reuse bolts on this apparently. It's kind of annoying. Oh jeez, it's really hard to get in here. It's too low to come from the top, but it's too high to come from the bottom. Now I got a coolant hose to the carburetor, and that is going to go, I believe, right here. Well, thankfully I figured that out. This thing actually comes out to the front of the water outlet. So what we have here is the other coolant line, and that goes, I think, to the other side of the carburetor. We flip that over, we're going to pour some rust remover in it. That should, as the name suggests, remove the rust. This is used rust remover, so it looks nasty. We're going to leave this in probably overnight and check it tomorrow. After that's done, I'll show you what we do next. What I can do right now is throw the generator on. I think I might be able to get everything in afterward with the generator installed, so we're going to try that and see if I hate myself later. I don't know, I might. Here's a trick I do at work at Napa. If people buy a battery or something, sometimes I will put the invoice number on, so if they ever need to pull that lifetime warranty, they can use that. So here's our 415 pulley, and we got our little Woodruff key installed here. I'm going to try to slide that thing on, see if it actually goes on. Here we go. Got a lock washer, and then we got a big nut. I gotta go find our torque spec on this thing. Is there a torque for this? Click, click. I don't know. Okay,
Holy shit.
that's it. We got it.
Get her done. Got her done.
Alright, looks like he installed that new ring terminal down here on the ground. So we have 3 here. And there is a few different connections on the generator. So this one is the big one. We're not going to worry about that for now. Then we have a field and ground. And they go over to the voltage regulator. So we have a ground, which is on the ground, on the chassis. Then we have a one with a black with a white stripe. That one is the field. And then the yellow one is the big one. So if we come around to the generator, we have the ground with a G, the field with the F, and then the big one, I believe, is this one. So these two hold the generator together, and this one is where the wire gets tightened down. So that makes it a lot easier. I was kind of nervous about it, but it's pretty simple on these old rigs. Up a little bit. Up. Alright, let's pop this bad boy in now. It's the one we had issues with. I have a metal protector in the middle so it doesn't hopefully rust in the water jacket. And then I got the PTFE stuff, left threads, so it hopefully it'll seal against the engine. Doing that partially so I don't get all the PTFE off the threads when I push it through. That's going pretty easy. So we're gonna go flip this up. That's on. We got to get some more bolts to put that pulley on the water pump, unfortunately. So we got to wait for that, and I'm not gonna put the upper hose on until I get that done. So we are at an impasse until, well, I guess I can tighten up the bottom of the generator now and hook up the wires, and then we will be good for the night, I believe. Well, I gotta say, those new parts look gorgeous, and I'm super excited about that. Unfortunately, I don't have everything together. I need to get a couple bolts still that I didn't get the first time. And we have a hood over here. The hood is going on the K2500. That one has a brand new crate engine from General Motors, and we are trying to get it out, get an alignment tomorrow. So Mouse needs to go get moved. We're gonna move Mouse back and get the driveway open for the K2500 and move a bunch of cars around, and we'll pick this up another day. Not gonna lie, mistakes were made. We have a little EPA Superfund site here where the rust remover has escaped its prison. But it is working on this. You can see that it looks pretty clean in parts. Just gotta, I think, get some cleaner rust remover and put it in a better container. Working on that right now. Actually, my dad's working on that, being very kind, helping out. But even though we can't put that coolant line on, doesn't mean that we can't work on the rig and get some stuff going on here. Let's turn the light on. So we can go in and put the fan on here because I got some new bolts at work. So let's go pop that thing on real quick. We have a pulley that goes on the inside. We have an aluminum spacer that goes into that, and then we have the fan that goes on top. So what I'm going to do is take a little tip from people who put wheels on in rusty climates and throw some fluid film between them, and that way they hopefully won't rust together or corrode together, because that's an issue, with the aluminum and the steel. But these are all powder coated too, so they're pretty well protected for the future. Of course, it's a little hard to get on because of the powder coating thickness. It's always good, right? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try something here and press this thing on, basically. Alright, I think it's partially pushed on there. I can feel it's over halfway through. So I'm going to back these things off again and hopefully it'll hold itself on. Oh my gosh, this is really stupid. The socket won't even go on there. I've been spraying every bolt with my favorite rust preventative coating, so we're gonna keep going with that. Alright, well, that's good. I got all the bolts done too, so they should be pretty protected there. I guess the only thing now is to throw the belt on. We can get this generator tightened up and put the upper rad hose on. This is the belt that came up for me. Your mileage may vary. Pretty easy to get. See if it fits. Well, my hood light died. I don't know why they can't put a USB on that to charge it while you're using it, but in here I got the upper radiator hose on. Looks good. Looks good there. The belts are tight and that's tightened down. I got the lower pivot bolts tightened down too, and this ground wire was a little bit short, so I got that extended a little bit as well. Now the only thing that I can do until I get these hard lines ready is, what was I gonna do? I forgot what I was gonna do. Oh yeah, let's start it up and see if the generator works. It's 6 a.m. right now on a Wednesday, and I thought I was going to have these things done like yesterday. The rust remover just hasn't done what I've wanted right now. We don't have a big enough tub to really submerge everything to. So I got a social call today, and I have to go to a 3-day weekend doing the Headwaters Rally and organizing for that. Dad and I are chief of controls, very exciting. So I want to get this truck on the road the way it is. I just took this out of the rust remover, I cleaned everything up, and I sprayed the Ansoil metal protector on it. So they should be okay for now. I'm trying to let them dry a little bit before I touch them, but it's going to have to go in now, and we're going to have to drive this thing to work in like an hour. These are really fun to install, kind of like brake lines. They're like huge brake lines. Got a problem over here because it's about an inch off at the carburetor, so I gotta, I think I'm gonna have to tighten this thing down and then bend it a little bit just to make it match up. Alright. Then I got my fitting here. We got 2 of these actually, and these are the ends for the heater hose that they go in. Look at that one. Bottom one goes to the bottom, and the top one goes to the top. Tight, and then we have 3 hose clamps lined up. We got the lower rad hose, the heater hose, and the heater hose. So kind of a pain to get all the hose clamps lined up, but I think that's in there. I think we're ready to throw some coolant in this thing. Down the hatch. I don't know why this thing is leaking, but I have 20 minutes to get on the road. I think I'm going to pop the housing off, and we'll put right stuff on the housing and then we can put it back on. Hopefully it'll actually seal there. Yes! I have it! What do we say here? Well, unfortunately 90 minutes is too long to wait because I have to leave. Well, let's see. If I go now, I can leave in about an hour, and an hour isn't long enough, so I guess I gotta put it together now, and I can drive it when I get home. So dumb. I have to drive the inside. Lame. Okay. Alright, we're back after work. So this is the water outlet, and you can see that there's a special hole here for just the heater hose, and I found out that as the old gasket fits there, there's nothing covering that hole, so that was why it was leaking out straight out of the hole. So I went back. I think that's for some other engine. I don't know why it was in that packaging, but yeah. So this is our new gasket. I actually searched around quite a bit. Napa was charging UPS shipping. Advance showed they couldn't even get it, and O'Reilly's got it in a couple hours. So good job O'Reilly's on this. It's kind of weird how the same part is available or not, but that looks like it'll work. I've just got to kind of flip it upside down, I think, and we'll go throw this on and see how it looks. Got it back in, didn't take too long. This bolt on the thermostat housing actually doesn't feel like it comes up to torque like I want it to. It feels kind of loose, and I don't want to strip anything out. So I put it up to where I want it. I think with the, what is this stuff, gasket sealant, it hopefully should seal even if it's not totally torqued up. But we're gonna throw some coolant in it, and I'm gonna put a little pan underneath it because I have trust issues now. And I don't want to use up all my pig mats, just in case. I think I lost a lot of coolant when I took it out, so it's taken a lot more than I caught. Well, we got one more leak. I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. I tried to spray water on it and then wipe it off. I think it's coming from the water pump area, or maybe it's this. This looks pretty wet. It's hard to tell. I feel like I need something fun and positive going on, so I'm going to start it up and see if it's leaking anything. I think we narrowed that one down. That's good. I thought this was going to be a pretty straightforward episode with installing everything and just getting it back on the road. Unfortunately, I think that left bolt on the thermostat housing or water outlet is just stripping out in the head. So I'm gonna shut it down here. We'll take a look at that in the next mouse episode, and I'm sure that's gonna be a full episode in itself. So thank you for watching. We're gonna do the Saab next, so keep an eye for that and press on.